Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Mr. Casamento. How's everybody doing? While we're waiting for more people to join, Alex and anybody else who's here that just didn't say hi yet, would you please answer in chat the 3 questions that are there for the warm-up, and then we'll continue from there. Make sure you give me a complete sentence. For example, if you thought that there was 20 ounces in a cup, I'd like you to chat, there are 20 ounces in a cup. Now, if you have to look anything up, you can look up this one and you can look up this one, but don't look up this one. This one, I would like you to answer it and then tell me what your strategy was. All right, and then we'll discuss it. Let's see what we got here. 8 ounces in a cup, and I know because I looked it up. Okay, no problem. Okay, so we got that one. Keep going, Alex, because it doesn't look like anyone else has joined yet, and I don't want to hold anybody up, okay? Hey, Emily, how are you? There are 16 cups in a gallon. I don't know the last one, and that's okay. I want you, Miss Leggett specifically said don't look this one up because Since you have these two, now you can find this one. And I don't want to tell you how. I want you to kind of study it. You're saying that there's 8 ounces in a cup. There is 16 cups in a gallon. Now you should be able to tell me how many ounces are in a gallon. Emily, we're just working on the warm-up right now before we get into the test. Good morning, Jaden. How are you? We are working on the warm-up first. Alex looked up that there's 8 ounces in a cup and 16 cups in a gallon. I don't want you guys to look up this one. I want you to use the information from here and here to answer how many ounces are in a gallon. When you have your answer, please chat it in a complete sentence. Okay, thank you, Jaden. Alex had said that earlier, so you guys agree. Keep going, please, because you could look this one up if you have to, but not this one. This one I want you to find on your own. Anybody have any new answers for us? Or anybody have any questions? No new answers. Okay, how about a question? Jaden, how did you find that? And I want to, Jaden, while you're telling us how you found it, I'd like Emily and Alex to examine your answer to see if they think it makes sense. Alex, why do you think it makes sense? I want to hear your thoughts. And I know it might sound a little silly or annoying that I keep asking you, what are your thoughts? You know, what were you thinking? Or, you know, how did you come to your answer? What was your strategy? But honestly, the way we interpret problems and the strategies that we use are really important. You don't know why it makes sense, it just does. Excuse me for a second. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I didn't want you guys to have to hear that. Well, think about it a little bit. Think about, even if it's something simple, why does that answer make sense to you? It doesn't matter how simple it is. I just want you to say it because you never know. It might be like a big idea or something, even though it seems simple. So far, yes, this is true, Mr. Casamento. Emily, let's hear from you too. Do you think Jaden's answer makes sense? Jaden, I'm waiting for you to explain how you arrived at 128 ounces in a gallon. Yeah, the discussion piece, even though it's a warm up, the discussion piece is important because at the end of 3.2, there's a big idea that comes from it. And honestly, I think from talking about this, you guys will either already have it or you're going to get to it a lot easier. So I need you guys to chat your thoughts, please. What's going on, guys? You're not talking to me. I hope you didn't give up on me. Guys. So let's, in case you guys missed the communication, Jaden, I'm gonna type it right here. Please explain. Oh, you're listening now. Okay, cool. So would you please explain how you got the 128 ounces in a gallon? And maybe it'll give Emily and Alex a little bit more information that they could say, okay, yeah, that makes sense because ba 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 ba. Or no, I don't agree because ba 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 ba. Nah, I mean, oh boy. Hey, Emily. Okay, here. Yay, Jaden answered us. He said, I thought 16 cups in a gallon, so I would just do 16 times 8. And the 8 stands for ounces. Wow, okay. First, thank you for the explanation. Second, thank you for telling us what each one stands for. That's really important, actually. Okay, so now Emily and Alex, this is where you guys come in. I would like you to take a look at what Jaden explained in the 2 messages. He says there's 16 cups in a gallon, and there's 8 ounces in a cup. So if you do the 16 times 8, you'd get a total of 128 ounces. What do you guys think about that? Now, do you have enough information, Alex, to say, okay, I think it makes sense because blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right, so it looks like you agree with him. Why do you agree with him? I'm sorry, I know you probably think I'm beating like a dead horse into the ground, but it's really important that we can analyze and know why. Are you guys familiar with this word? Meta, it's one word, metacognition. Are you familiar with that word at all? Because I don't want you to think like I'm dragging this out without a purpose. Okay, so do me a favor and look that word up real quick. Meta, what's one word? I hyphenated it because I ran out of room. But look that up real quick. Metacognition. Just the one word, or the definition of the word. And I want you to read what comes up in Google, maybe even in images. Once you read the definition, you could look at some images. And after that, maybe you could just tell me if, okay, Miss Leggett, I understand why you keep asking us these kinds of questions or why we're dragging this out. Okay, then I'm actually glad. I'm glad that it's your first time seeing the word because you're in 6th grade. You've got a long learning period, going forward. And if you know this word, I think it'll help. So just look that up real quick. Emily, Alex, Jaden, anybody else who's here, please just chime in. We're discussing the answers to these questions. The chat has said there's 8 ounces in a cup, 16 cups in a gallon, and 128 ounces in a gallon. Where is everyone today? I'm not really sure. I've noticed a drop in attendance over the past week or two. It is a struggle. Homeroom wasn't too bad, but it still could have been a lot better than what it was. As far as attendance goes, at least. Higher order thinking that enables understanding, analysis, and control of one's cognitive process, especially when engaged in learning. Okay, let's go a little simpler though. If you just look up the word metacognition with nothing attached to it, dictionary should pop up on Google without you clicking anything. And it very simply, it just says awareness, okay, being aware and understanding of one's, meaning you, anyone, own thoughts. So your thoughts, understanding and being aware of your thoughts. Thought process, the process. Okay, this is really important. So that instead of just going through the motions, instead of just saying, oh, well, I'm just going to try to do 16 times 8, or I'm just going to try to do 16 divided by 8, and that's what it's going to be, right? Instead of just doing things aimlessly, you have a very specific way of looking at it and attacking it. You have a strategy. You have an understanding, right? So Jaden said to himself, I looked this one up. Jaden, did you look this one up? I know he calculated this one. But I know Alex, you said you looked this one up too, right? Or maybe that was Jaden? No, that was you. There are 8 ounces in a cup, 16 cups in a gallon. So now how do I use that information to find out how many ounces are in a gallon? So let me show you. Hi, Giovanni. Hey, Gio. Welcome. That's cool. So, I didn't show you the definition properly. Sorry. So we're going to move to the big board, but I want to finish this first. So you told me, and you should be able to see this, 8 ounces in 1 cup. And then you told me 16 cups in 1 gallon. So I asked you, well, how many ounces is that? Question mark, right? a gallon is 16 cups. How many ounces? So Jaden was like, okay, well, each of these is 8 ounces. So if I have eight, if I have 16 of them, then I can I can take a shortcut. I don't have to add them all up. I could just say 16 times 8. And what is 16 times 8? Well, 16 times 8 is 128. That means that there are 128 ounces in 1 gallon, but there's also 16 cups. So I want to ask you a question. And it's okay if you don't have the answer now, because the answer should really come at the end of the lesson. My question to you is, what do you notice about this? Do you see some kind of pattern? Like, what observations do you have? And like I said, it's okay if you don't have an answer for me right now, but just look at that for a minute, and everything that we came up with, and tell me if you have some kind of conclusion. You know how, like, at the end of a science experiment, you have some type of conclusion, something that you learned from that experiment or discovered. What would you discover from this right here? Miss, my computer is about to die. It is at 1%. Can you charge it while you're in stream? By any chance? Is that possible? And does anybody have any observations or notices about this? see what we got here. Rosemary, hello, my dear. My computer's about to die. Wow, you too, Jaden? That's like the same exact message. Can you guys plug it in while you're attached to the stream? I'm right here, Rosemary. Do you hear me, dear? I guess we're going to have to come back to this because it doesn't look like anybody has a summary or a notice yet. I'm a little disappointed about that, like that you don't have anything to say about it, but that's okay. Technically, it's for the end of the lesson. I'm going to take attendance real quick, and then I'm going to move to the big board. I need you guys, if you don't have a notice or summary about this, please work on 3.2 right now on Google Classroom. Get through those stations because I still only have one submission, and that's just not acceptable. I need, if we have 4 students here right now, I need all 4 of you to submit that by the end of the school day, please, to the best of your ability. If you don't finish it, you don't finish it. I get it. But we need something to get started. Okay? Any questions? All right, we got Rosemary here, Alex and Jaden. Gio joined us. Emily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think I wrote down everybody so far. Let's move to the big board. Okay. Put that there. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, it's no problem at all, Miss Melly. I'm happy that you're here. Now, I'll still accept any summaries or notices about this before you leave chat today. But what I really need everybody to do right now is to get on Google Classroom, and if you have started 3.2, please finish it. Remember that there are 5 stations. And I want you to also remember that you have options. So please ask me any questions that you might have on that while you're working on it. Oh, you still have to do all 5 stations? Okay, then I'm not going to expect you to finish all 5 stations by the end of the school day. Try to do 2 or 3 today. And then since I have office hours tomorrow, maybe you could finish tomorrow during the office hours. That way you submit it by the end of the school day tomorrow. How's that? Does that sound like a plan? Does that sound doable? And that's for anybody who's in the same boat as Rosemary. If you still have to do all 5 stations, please don't rush to do all 5 in one day. Please do half today and half tomorrow. Okay, great, Usmani. Sounds like a plan. And if you do it now during class, holy smokes, we only have 10 minutes left. That's not good. That's okay because I actually have office hours today with the 8th grade at 2:15. I have office hours 2:15 to 3:15 today. So if after 12 o'clock you start working on your math and you end up having questions, please feel free to join the office hours during 8th grade. It's only office hours, so I do the same thing that I do for you guys, for them. I do a small warm up, and then we break into whatever each one of us has to do, and I take questions from any students, okay? I am so confused with 3.2. Okay, well, let's start with one station at a time. Did you watch the video for the setup? Because I had to set this up. I had to talk to you about each individual station. And that video is actually on the Google Classroom with the assignment. It has a bunch of videos, um, including one where I explain each station. So did you watch that one? That's basically what I'm asking you. Good morning, Alana. How are you, dear? Alana, we are still working on 3.2. People are working on their stations and asking questions if they have any questions before we could discuss it as a group. Strange. I am doing well, thank you. Thank you for asking. Cinnamon, come here. Come here. The kids like to say hi to you. Come here. Come here. Will you say hi to the kids for me? Here. It's funny because Bailey said hi to my homeroom, and Cinnamon is here to say hi to you guys. Right? Say hi. Look. No? You want to leave? Say bye. Bye. I know, that was silly. Once in a while, they'll mosey on over here while I'm streaming, so they can say hi. I was waiting for them. I knew they would come out someday. Absolutely. You have to be patient with cats. As a matter of fact, if you watch, like, I don't know when it's going to post in my uploads because it has a mind of its own, the channel. If you look at the end of my homeroom's stream today, you'll see Bailey. That was Cinnamon, our boy. But if you look at the end of the homeroom, she had come over just like he did, and I picked her up so that she could say hi. Do you know how to use Google Meets? Yes, my dear, I do. Yes, animals are pretty awesome. Why don't I use Google Meet then? When I tried it recently, and I lost basically like a class because the video quality wasn't good. I really need you guys to be able to watch the videos afterwards, but it was distorted and you can't understand what people are saying. You can't see the screen properly. So I looked it up, and it's a known issue with Google Meet. And if they fix it, I'd be willing to try it again. But until then, like, I can't afford to lose my classes. Because now I can't rewind time and then do it on YouTube instead, Like, I completely lost that hour of instruction, and I can't afford that. It's okay. Yeah. For what we're doing, I think it works fine. I don't see myself doing it like for a full-time. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Oh, no, 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 no. This is not like my personal one, Alana. You keep doing that. This one is for work. So it's different, you know? It's not like my own personal one. This is strictly for you guys. Did you guys have a chance to look at the slideshow that Ms. Boutros put together with the staff? I have a personal one though. What do you mean? Were you asking me, Rosemary, if I have a personal one? Not a personal one that I stream on, no. Yeah, no, I don't have a personal one that I stream on. Maybe in the future I would consider it, but right now there's a lot going on, and I just want to focus on you guys. I want to make sure that I'm doing, that I'm here for you to continue learning the math this school year. And it takes a lot of time and energy, so I just want to focus on that. Maybe I can experiment over the summer if we're not doing anything. I can experiment with a personal one. But I would need some really good ideas for that before I start something like that. It's really good, right? I was really happy to see so many of us. We're gonna go back. It's just a matter of time. And I really like the messages that are on it. So if watch it whenever you want, guys. It's gonna feel like you're there at school. Sometimes I do edit them because like the office hours ones, like if there's not a lot going on, then I trim them so that students don't feel like they have to watch the whole thing. They could just watch like the warm up or like to see what's on the agenda. If you look, Alana, it's in a couple of places. I put it in our classroom stream, and Ms. Boutros said it's also on the McKinley website. So yes. Oh, but it was supposed to make you guys happy and comfort you, not make you sad. Yeah, please, Alana. I think you're gonna like it a lot. Oh my goodness, it's 12:03, guys. Please ask me any last questions, and then we're gonna stop here. If you have any questions, you can come to my office hours today at 2:15. If not, you can come to office hours tomorrow, anytime between 10 and 12. All right, guys, take care. Be safe and make sure you finish your work, please.